everyone. Right, I'm going to show you something now that I've just finished, and I was going to save it till the end of the month, but then I've changed my mind because I think it's a fabulous, pretty little thing that you lot can play about with now. If you're stuck for ideas or anything like that, you couldn't get anything as simple as this. You could actually, but you know what I mean. So what I've done is I first made, it's more like a Chinese flip-flop, and that's the Chinese flip-flop, and it's so easy to make, it's unbelievable. And to be honest, we used to make these, we used to make our own flip-flop, house flip-flops, when we were kids. And like I say, lots of things are coming back to me since Diana put her videos up, and I'm thinking, yeah, we used to do this, and yeah, we used to do that. So you can do the shape, whatever shape you want. I'm just going to show you what I've come up with. So this is the little flip-flop, using some gorgeous material for there. And like I say, you do the shape you want. I then came up and did this one, which I've not coloured or anything. It is hand stitched with a sole on, and like you say, this is the flower that I've put on this one with the trim. And then I thought, oh well, might as well go the whole hog, and we've come up with this one now. So it is smaller than that one, as you can see. I did shape it differently, but you can do them any shape you want, and they are so simple to make. This is all pearled around here, got some bling trim on here. This is made with card this time to stiffen up rather. I mean, that one's fine because that's holding its own. That one's a little bit floppy. I'm going to sort that one out because I don't like it like that. I need it to stand up more. So that's that one. And then, like I say, this is nice and firm and can be used. Not used, you know, given as a tag. You could give that as a tag, whatever you want to do. I just think they're so cute. And you can do them any size. You can do them miniature. No problem. Make your own slippers, you know, for your projects. So, I'm going to talk you through the process, but if you want a tutorial, please let me know, and I'm more than willing to do one. And I will probably do this one for you, because it is so pretty. And there's more to it than that one, to be honest. So, and I'll show you how to do this. So there you go. Now, what you need, or what you do is you draw your shape. Now, all I did for mine, I took a piece of card, because it's easy if you need a three symmetrical shape. Fold your card in half, roughly drew the shape of the shoe that I wanted, the sole, and then I cut that out. So I ended up with that. I think it's exactly the same one, yeah. And then what you need is another one the size of the shoe itself, and then one you cut round it again. You got the same shape, but you get the sole. Now, when you've done that, you glue on to the widest part, the biggest piece, the top piece. You glue on your fabric. Now, all I use is this water and glue, PVA glue mix, and it's half and half. Glue it on, and then I did use my roller. I did use that to smooth it out so there's no creases on it whatsoever. When you put in this on, you don't need tons of it. Brush it in, and so it's just, you know, there's no streaks in it at all. And then put your material on, and then roll it out. Do it both ways. First do it on the top, and then turn it over and do it on the bottom section, just so it grips it really tight. And within minutes you can start to work with it. What you do then is, just say your fabric's laid over that. I'll just show you with this. Say I've got my fabric on there, and it's sticking out that much. You need to cut 1/2 inch around the shoe, the material side of it, I mean. So cut that around, and then, because it's glued on, it's not going to go anywhere. And then what you do is, you take you take something sharp, and you do need something sharp. Pop that onto a cushion or something. This is just foam I've put together. And then you mark out where you want your stitching. Okay, and you do that equally all the way around. When you've done that, take your needle and thread, start from the bottom and stitch, and just do the running stitch in the holes that you've done. And I know you miss one, and then you do a stitch, then miss one, and then do a stitch. Carry on doing that till you've got round back to the beginning. And then what you do is, in order to do the pearl one, this one, I have to say, you just take the needle, I'll just show you, you take the needle and you pop it in, and you just do that under each stitch, and you end up with that kind of a marking. But with this one, you need to add the pearl. So where you've got the gap and you've not put a stitch, make sure the needle goes up through the base, and then put your pearl on the needle and then back down into the next stitch, and you'll end up with little pearls all the way around. I mean, you could always go back and do the others again in between, so you've got all pearls. I just think that's quite pretty. Then what you do, when you stitch that on, then you need to pop on your strap. And again, all you do is you take the flip-flop, you'll pop the flip-flop onto something like this, take your knife, and you do one slit. Just, if you can see this, mine's there, so it's well away from the stitching, but on this one it's a little bit closer because it was a smaller shoe. So choose where you want to do the slit, pop the slit in, make sure it's long enough, wide enough to pop in the strap. This was easy, it was material pulled through, this was harder. But just thread that, put your slit in wide enough for your material, and then put the slit in the side of the feet where you want that, like I've done mine there. Take whatever it is you're going to use to go in. I mean, you could put this bling in, have a blingy shoe. Thread it through, and what you do is underneath, when it's come through, you leave about ½ an inch and glue it down. Now, if you've got, I can't show because I've covered them all up, but this, from that piece went through, and then I glued it to the left, or to the right, whichever side I was doing, and then same with that one. So they're spread, they're apart, they're not together. And then you do exactly the same with this section here. So you just slit it where you want it, and then you pop the material in, and then you glue it inwards, and keep them as flat as you can. And then you can start and decorate your shoe. What I would advise you to do is, in the front here, you need to glue the two pieces together here. About ½ an inch, glue it just so that it helps it stand up away from the shoe itself. And I don't know if you can see that, what I've done. I've glued these two here together to give it a bit of profile. And then you can start and bling it up however you want. Now you could, if you're using it as a tag, attach some lace to the outside before you put the sole on. If you're using it as a tag or whatever, just put your lace on all the way around the edge and then pop your sole on. And there you have a gorgeous, gorgeous shoe. I just think it's brilliant. Very cute. And you could just decorate so many of them, give them out as tags. You see, ladies, lots of nice things that you can do, and you've probably sat there before thinking, oh, I can't do that. There's nothing more simple. You want a tutorial, you let me know, and I will come back and show you how to make this particular shoe. Thanks for watching. I'll speak to you soon. Hi everyone. Well, you want me to do the tutorial? I'm going to do it. Oh, hang on. I'm doing this tutorial on these shoes. Chris, you haven't seen me shoe, look.
I think it's adorable. I just watched the video. It is so cute.
Well, it's so easy, so I'm going to show you how to do it. So, sorry about that, ladies and gents. We've got our Chris with us.
Hello, everybody.
So, right. So, I'm only just starting this one because I've just done the other video. Right, ladies and gents, I'm going to show you what you need. You're going to need something that you can poke with. Be careful on how you say that. So I've got my spike and I've got my pad. You're going to need some scissors. You're going to need a needle. Now I've just put my needle up there. Let me remember where I've put it. You might need a bit of bling, some pearls. You're going to need something to roll your material to keep it flat. I've also got some of this, but I'm going to show you the one with the carding, so that it's the same technique, but it's harder with the card than it is with the material. Now, what I'm going to do is I've got my template, which is my shoe. I now need to get a little bit of card. Not a lot of card, just a little bit. So I'm going to use this. This was the back of one of the books. Okay? So all I'm going to do, when I get the right scissors, move everything out of the way. Remember to put your heat gun on, because I keep glue gun, because I keep doing that mistake and not doing it. And you're going to need 2 pieces. This is the size of my shoe, and the next one will be cut smaller for the sole. Okay. All you do then, pop your template on, draw around it. Now, let me see if I'm in view. No, silly hole. Am I in view? Yes, I think so. So I'm going to draw around my template, and obviously I need to do it twice. Okay. And then you're going to cut that out. How are you, Chris?
I'm doing good, thank you.
Good. All you're doing, cut out your template, your shoe. I mean, they don't have to be perfect. I'll be as quick as I can. Oops. So that's one of them. Like that. Okay. So that should fit just over that. My heel's different. How has that happened? Don't know I did that then. I'll just chop some of it off. It'll fit eventually. Okay, so we've got that. As long as you measured it like that first, that's going to fit that perfectly. Now what you do, take the largest piece, get your material, get your glue, and it's PVA glue, half and half. Oh, I always have a tub of it ready mixed, always. You never know when you're going to use this. Take your brush. I just really, oops, you don't want the lace on it. Try and do it so that you can't see the, you know, the lines, the streaks in it. You don't need much. But make sure you can see what I'm doing. Sorry, ladies, I'm not in the right angle, I don't think. So it's just brushing it down, covering the whole thing. Whoops. Put that to one side a minute, soak your brush, and then take material and just pop that over like that. And then you want your roller and just do that. You've got to make sure you've got an edge on it. So you need about ½ an inch all the way around. And then take your scissors. Or you can cut a piece off ready for it and just slip it over and then cut round it, but I didn't, so I'm just doing it that way. Lift up your card. See, it's coming off a little bit, but turn it upside down and then just give it a roll like that. It doesn't take long to dry it at all. And then you need to cut at least a centimetre all the way around. And that doesn't have to be perfect at all. Just roll that back on it again. If it starts to come off, it's only because it's still wet, that's all. And that will all dry out. So then what you need to do, oops daisy, because you can't glue this down yet. See, that's not quite dry for some reason. Put a little bit more on it. And then again, just roll that. Okay. Now we'll just imagine that's dried out. It doesn't matter, it will dry. Then what you need is take your pad, your spike, and you will be able to see your foot. You can do it that way or that one. I prefer to do it this way so that you don't get the marks as much. And you just mark out about ½ centimetre. Try and keep your stitches, your holes level. But never mind. So you've got that, and then what you do is take your needle and thread, and then you stitch that on, starting from underneath. Now, I've got back to there, so I haven't got enough on here, so I'm not going to be silly and try and do anything. So just loop your stitches into the ones you've already done underneath. It's going to be glued, so it's not going to come off. Just do so far, and then snip that off. And then what you're going to do, thread your needle again. Have I got any more of that cotton? Not enough. You just get some more of that pink. I mean, you can do two-tone colours, fully stitching, do whatever you like. Now, this is the trouble. I can't see. Yay! I threaded a needle! It took me ages to do the last one. Oh, you silly. Now what I'm going to do is put the beads on. And I've got some little pearls here. So just come back up from the base of it again. And you're doing it where you start from the stitch you left off, so then it goes over like that and meets the other one. Now I've got to make sure I get all the same size beads. I'm just going to go back through this one just to sort this bead out. Like that. Then turn it upside down and again just go around the edge like we did with the first bit. Bring it back on itself and then that way it will strengthen the thread. But it's going to be glued down anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Like that. And then just snip those bits off. And then what you do is make sure the shoe's flattish. Take your scissors and you cut little slits all the way around, which enables you to pull the material back without it gathering or puckering. You just do that all the way around, and that's why you've got to put your stitching in, because that will glue over onto there. Take your glue, put some glue on the edge, and don't do too much at once, and just fold that over like that and push it as you're doing it, so you're layering it one over the other and you get a nice neat edge. Okay, like that. You could put extra around the edge, but it's just waste to me. I'm not taking as much time on this as what I would normally, so I'm just showing you what you end up with. And you end up with your little basic shoe. Then what you've got to do is you're going to do the slits where you want them. So you just take your blade and you get your position in the middle there where you want it and just slit it. And then I'm going to have one about here, and then one about there. Next, what you need to do is to do your strap. Well, what I'm going to do with this particular one is, I don't know how to use that bling. Yeah, I'm going to use this bling. Now, I thought oh no, I used the other piece. Let me get another one. Sorry about that. So what I'm going to do then, put the two pieces of bling together and poke that through. Because they need to be facing the same way and the same length. Just push them through. Hey, lass, it won't go in. I wonder how many said that. Sorry, I didn't mean that. Sorry. I'm sorry. And then what I'm going to do is, I've got 3 beads out, so I'm just going to make sure that I just glue that down. Like that, on that side. Turn it around. Make sure I've got 3 out. My glue gun is battered. Oops, it is. Let's do that. Gather them together. Make sure they're together like that. And then just glue, I'm going to glue 3 actually. Glue 3 together at the bottom. And that gives you the profile so it stands up with the flower or whatever it is you're going to put on the front. Okay, and then just bend that towards that one, poke that one through, that towards that one, again poke that through, and then you can bring them however you want them, like that. Just glue them down like that. When you've got your little flip-flop, and then all you need to do is to add your trimming on, your flower or whatever it is, and any little fibres, any fibres, just go around and burn them off. Like that. So I'm just going to get something. In fact, I'm going to use one of these new. What did I get? Got like a flower or something, didn't I? Them little flowers. Oh, look what I've got. A little pink one. Look. So what I'm going to do. Oh, it's a bit big, that one. I don't like that one. Where's them fancy ones I had? There they are. Just to have something dainty for a dainty little shoe. I'm just going to pop one. Now you have to be careful you don't burn yourself, ladies. But because you've got the profile, it'll stand on it and rest on it till it dries. Now I could have put that bling all the way around there. I'm just showing you how to do the pearly bit. Gluing that on round the edge is nothing, so.
Beautiful.
That will dry. It's only the glue. You can still add the bling round it or whatever you want to do. Bling it up a bit more. But I'm just showing you. And then what you have to do, the last thing, is to put your sole on. And all I do for mine is to do the toe bit first. You've got to hold it on when your hands aren't big enough to do all of it at once. You've got to make sure you've got that right. When I flip it back, just glue that bit on. Sorry, I'm just pushing it down to hold it. Push it down. Like that. And you've sold your shoe. You've sold your shoe. How's that?